Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Autopsy of Her Healing, Evolving Resiliency. I am your host, Iris Denise Owens, and on the line with me is my beautiful sister and co-host. Good morning, honey bunny. How are you?
Good morning, honey bunny. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I am doing great. So, we are going to jump in because apparently we are having some forces that are trying to keep us from recording today, and we are not going to give into that. So, we are going to get started. And so today we're going to talk about unexpectations. And so for those of you who are wordsmiths, scholars, English majors, I know you're probably saying that is not a word. We agree with you. We've made it. We've made it up. But we're going to use it today
It's
for
gonna
the
be a word today, though.
right. It's going to be a word today because we're using it for the purpose of clearly understanding that there are several quotes in the world that refer to, let's just say, like there was this one quote I read. It says, if you expect nothing from somebody, you are never disappointed. And of course, I think in life, I know we all live with expectations from ourselves, from our parents, from the people we love, from our friends, from our jobs, from our children. The list goes on. But the question is that what makes life happy? Or is that us setting ourselves up for disappointment when we have these expectations of others? So that's why we have named it unexpectations, because the un means what if we were to live life without having expectations? And so that sounds weird, right? Because we are taught to have expectations. So Steph and I have been throwing this back and forth, and we thought this is a really kind of great mind opening, kind of thought provoking topic, because many times we are disappointed. Why? Because we had an expectation of a person, a thing, a situation, whatever, and then it doesn't happen. And then we are kind of sent into this kind of spiral of, oh my God, why me? Why is this happening to me? Da, 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 da. And it changes our whole mood. So the question is, what would it look like if we just didn't have expectations?
I share with you. That's the way I live my life. I've been really full on practicing that for like almost a year and a half now,
Mm-hmm.
and I can honestly tell you that it has definitely changed my life. I
Mm-hmm.
am like I'm so much. I'm a happy person anyway, but I'm even more happier. And now because I don't expect anything, Mother's Day, my birthday, like those days that I don't feel like if it doesn't, I don't feel like I would feel like, oh, they didn't do this for me for Mother's Day. They didn't do. Yeah, I woke up this morning. I'm happy. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you do for me is gravy. Or if you feel that you're dating someone and they didn't give you what you wanted, or the gift you wanted, or the time you wanted, whatever. And I just have like, and I'm telling you something you have to work on every single day, but
Mm-hmm.
it has truly changed my life. And just to be in the moment it lets you enjoy the times, the moments, because it's moments we live in our life. It's not just
Right.
one whole big thing. It's moments,
Right.
and to be
It's
in the
segments.
moment,
It's
and that
pieces,
is segments
pieces
exactly.
that continue from one
Right.
thing to the next thing.
Exactly. Exactly. And I tell you, it has definitely changed my life. I think it probably could be annoying to other people because if you say, um, they don't do something for you and you're not upset, because some people want you to feel a certain kind of way and they didn't
Mhm.
do something for you.
Right.
But when you don't feel that way, it probably annoys other people, but I'm not going to feel that way. And even with my children, you have to do what you want to do. I don't shouldn't have to browbeat you or make you feel a certain kind of way because you didn't call me for Mother's Day, you didn't give me a Mother's Day gift, you didn't call me for my birthday. I'm not, and then I'm upset because of something you didn't do. So that means that somebody else has control of my emotions, and
Right.
that's really the core of it. You have to stop letting other people control you. People are like, oh,
Right.
nobody controls me, and people are controlled all the time.
Well,
Those.
not just people and situations, because
Oh
it's
yeah,
the same,
situations.
it's the same thing,
Absolutely.
because as you said, it makes sense to me because when you think about it, right, right, like you said, as mothers, of course, we would always expect that our children will have would have something, a card, a gift, even if they drew it, whatever it is, depending on where they are, what ages they are. We do expect that acknowledgement on Mother's Day, right? And it's very interesting that you would say that, because I had a conversation with one of my sister friends a couple of weeks ago, and the conversation went like this. Um, Basically, me saying that I was disappointed when my kids were younger that my ex-husband did not ensure that my children would make sure that they went and that they got a card for me, or they made something for me, or whatever the case may be, but that I was acknowledged by my children on Mother's Day. And because my children were younger, they were not able to go, they couldn't get in a car and go get their own gifts or go shopping or whatever. So I said that I expected that my ex-husband should have done that. Well, my friend kind of debated me on this and said, why would you expect that from him? He owes you nothing. And I felt some kind of way about that thing. Like, because as though he was my ex-husband, I never would let a Father's Day or a birthday go by for him without making sure that our children acknowledged his birthday or on Father's Day, right? Or any special event. Let's just say whatever it was, that I would just let that go. But my friend was adamant about, he doesn't owe you anything. You're not married to him anymore. And I'm like, this is not about him. This is about an expectation for him to execute or to help our children. But then after a while, of course, I was very annoyed. I was very pissed about it, because I was just like, if that's how you roll, cool. I just don't roll that way, right? I just don't roll that way. But I get it. If I think about it, the expectation of anyone is setting myself up for disappointment, whether it's my children, whether it's my mom, my when my father was alive, whether it's my friends, whether it's my job. The goal is that, what, if I wake up every day, as you said, right? If I wake up every day, I'm just thankful for a day, right? Thankful for the day. And then I'm going to ask and say, thank God, thank goodness, whomever you worship, right? But for me, thank God for the opportunity that you woke me up this morning. I see another day.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
I ask that you just bless whatever it is that I'm going to do today, that you lead me through that, and you walk with me, talk with me, and guide me. End the story. And I'm realizing that the more I lean that direction versus me saying, oh my God, I hope these people are going to call me and say this. Or, oh my God, I hope these clients are going to make a decision about this house. Or, oh my God, can you just, you said you were coming over at 2:00. It's now 5:00 and I'm over here crazy because right? So it makes sense. Now, what you just said about it takes effort though to do that.
Oh, it does. It does. It does.
Right? I have expectations of this dog that is disappointing immensely because the dog now goes outside and wants to growl at other dogs and growl at people. And I'm like, what's wrong with you?
He's getting out of pocket right now. Like, what's going on with you? Yeah. But you have to and it's like, really, it's like you're responsible for your own happiness. You gotta tell yourself every day.
You are.
And that just changes the whole land. Like, okay, so what am I gonna do today for myself? And be in the moment, and being in the moment and aligning yourself with God just guides your day. And that's my goal every day, is to align myself with God so he could guide me through my day.
Right. And you find your peace there. You find your peace. And I'm always going to say, for those of you who are listening, we're not browbeating you with our God. Whomever, however you worship, that's on you. But what we're saying to you is that you got to find that peace. And I realize, like Steph says all the time, peace can only be found within. Because if you don't have peace within, no, regardless of what other people or other things are in your life, it will not make a difference. Because if it did, think about the times in our lives when things happen. Again, an expectation is not met. And that expectation could have been something as simple as you go to the restaurant, you order your plate, you order the meal that you want. That meal comes and the meal is completely not what you ordered. Now, how you react to that situation makes all the difference in
the world,
right? Because most of us know, okay, if I'm gonna send this plate back, I need to send this plate back without attitude, right? Because we always joke about don't send food back with attitudes, because Lord knows what they might be doing to your food in that kitchen. And that's a true thing. I mean, we go out all the time, but hey, it's a true thing, right? So my thing is that, like, a couple of weeks ago, my friend had a situation. They were at an event and it was a planned menu. Okay. So this particular restaurant, my friend really loves the pound cake from this restaurant. So the options, because of the planned menu for dessert, was either strawberry, I think it was strawberry shortcake, cheesecake or something like that, or some sort of chocolate, like fudge souffle type cake or something, right? And so he said, hey, what do I need to do to get a piece of this pound cake, right? So the waiter said, hey, I can't bring that out here to you, with the other guests, but I could get it bagged up for you and you can take it with you. You have to take it to go. He says, okay, great. The waiter brought the bag back to the table. He got home, of course, expectations, his lips already, his stomach, his taste buds are like, I'm gonna eat this pound cake because I've been waiting for it. He opened the bag and it was the strawberry cheesecake that he did not want. Now, in our conversation, we both were like, that was really messed up. That was really messed up because it was as if that waiter, when he said, what do I have to do to get a piece of pound cake? He was not indicating, hey, I want it for free. But the waiter never offered an option to say, hey, I can't bring that to the table, but if you would like that, I can place an order for you and you can go downstairs and pay for it, or you can pay for it on your way out, whatever the case may be. But that was an expectation that ended in great disappointment. And it's something as simple as a piece of pound cake. You just wanted a piece of cake and someone messed that up. Right? So that's what I'm saying. It's like, where do we find our peace and stuff? Right? Because now I said, I would have called the restaurant back. I would have, because I feel like that person did not deliver good customer service to him. I would have called back, not with anger, but at least with, hey, this is something that could have been done better and done differently. End of story. And other times in my life, I find that when I say something, I have people in my life who will go, again, your expectations are way too high.
Oh. Well, I think that you should have high expectations for yourself.
You should.
You should not place those expectations on other people.
Right. That's where the struggle comes in, right? Because if I want something and I want it, and if I'm expecting someone else to do it, then I'm setting myself up for disappointment. But if I have expectations for myself and I'm willing to do what needs to be done to get there or to get it done, I think that's different. So un-expectations can be very disappointing because, hey, if I'm putting my joy, my peace, my serenity, my hopes into you, you don't have the same stakes involved as I do in my own expectations.
Exactly. You have to put all those things into yourself. And that's
Yes.
why I was saying about aligning yourself with your inner being, which is your God, how, whatever, that is what you want to align yourself. And when you really start doing that, and you're able to do that and find that peace within yourself as you move through your day, no matter who you're dealing with, your children, your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whomever, they will either get on board or move out your way. And not verbally.
Right.
It's just the energy that you're putting out.
Right.
It's the attraction. So
Right.
if you're putting that, either people are going to get on your high flying board or they're not. And you're
Right.
going to find the people that will. Those people are going to be attracted to you too. And the people that aren't riding with you, they're not. And they're going to stay out your way. And it's even with relationships. The relationship is either going to keep moving or it's just going to fade
Or
away.
stagnant.
Because,
Right.
and
Stagnant, or it's going to go away. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, you have to, so you just have to and find that, that inner peace within yourself. It's like even with doing things. I've learned that when you drudge, oh, I gotta get this done. Oh my God, you don't do it well.
No.
But when you like, oh, let me do this, and you do it well, you get it done quickly because you feel good about doing it, and it just makes a difference. And
Right.
how you can achieve so much more in that state of mind.
Right.
And you have to work, and it's like, thinking about horrible things, thinking about horrible people, thinking about how bad it was yesterday. Those things do not prepare you to be in a healthy state of mind to go forth in your day. You're just, because when you go to sleep, you have the opportunity to have a better time when you wake up the next day. But if you wake up, the first thing you start thinking about how horrible yesterday was, you already started your day on a bad way.
Right.
That's important. I wake up in the morning. First thing I say is thank God for waking me up. Wiggle my toes, wiggle my fingers. So many people have heart attacks, strokes in their sleep at night, and they just don't wake up the same way they went to sleep.
Right. Absolutely.
You can talk, you can walk, you can open your eyes. I stretch. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Because I did that, you did that. But some people didn't do that in this world.
Right.
They didn't wake up this morning.
And you can't take anything in life for granted. And something I've read this several times before, but something that I am starting to use, and it's all about words. Steph and I always talk about this because words are important, and what we put out, what we say.
Words have power.
Words have power. And it also can change your narrative. It can change your story as to what your outcome or your expectations, your level of expectations are. And so, it's like we will say, I have to go to work, right? Or I have to go over here and do this thing, or I have to. And rather than use I have to, look at it from I have the opportunity, or I have the ability, I have the privilege of being able.
I would like to, right? Yes.
Or I would like to, or I'm looking forward to the ability to go to work. Because guess what? Without work, a man who does not work does not eat, right?
Yes.
So we got to go to work. Whatever that work is for you, we got to go, right? Mm-hmm. But not, instead of looking at it as a task. And that's the thing. Stop looking at our lives as task filled versus as blessings. Yeah. That's crazy to say, right? Because you would say to yourself, okay, I don't like having to do this, that, and the other. Okay. Well, what would be the alternative to not doing it?
Yeah. Well,
if there's an alternative to not doing it, then find the positive to, if you don't like the way this thing is going, then find a positive alternative to it.
Well, you're right. Exactly. You have to change your mindset. Like when I was actively, selling life insurance, I do still have my license, but my RVP used to say to me, when you have to train someone and you don't know this person, because you have to find something that you like about that person to focus on. Mm-hmm. So because you start spending a lot of time with this person that you don't know, that you have to train. And it is so true. And that's just like something that is not necessarily appealing to you, but how can you find, the appeal in it so you could achieve the thing that you need to achieve, you
Correct.
know? And
Correct.
that's what it is. It's like, people, I want this. When I get this, I'll be happy. No, you
No.
have to be happy with what you have and
Right.
appreciate what you have in order to get some of
The
the things that
bill.
you want.
You're right.
If
You
you're not
can,
happy,
because you got to build. You got to build from where you are, wherever that is.
yes,
One of my
and
friends says the one thing is that you can't fall off the floor. So if you're on the floor, you can't fall off the floor.
it's true.
You can only go up from the floor. So
That's
even
right.
if you're on the floor right now, think about it. I have the opportunity to get up off this floor. I have the opportunity, whether it means I'm walking, crawling, whatever, I'm inching, but I still have the opportunity to do it. We have to start looking at things that disappoint us as opportunities for better,
Exactly.
opportunities for more. Because in the midst of disappointment, in the midst of what we think is a complete mess, there is always something in the mess that helps us come out on the other side and come out better. But it still has to do with our attitude. I know
Yeah.
it for myself because a couple of weeks ago, I was in a headspace that when I tell you, I was just like, oh my God, like, Jesus, just take me now. Cause I got no more. I have no more energy for all the stuff that I am trying to balance. I felt like
Everything was coming at you. You were like, okay, I can't catch no more. I'm just
right,
knocking me out.
I got no more. The mitt is full. My arms are tired. I can't put no more stuff on my back. I can't put
So
no
that
more stuff
balancing
on
act,
top of
trying
my
to
head.
balance everything, trying to keep everything. That's a job, honey. That ain't,
It was not making sense to me. I was losing sleep. I couldn't go to sleep, right? I'm worrying. And then it really came home to me because I'm a very jovial, happy person. That's my personality, right? But
you
when
are.
I was out somewhere and I don't know, I walked in with my, with my fabulous self. And someone said to me, they said, "What's going on with you? You seem really, really heavy." I was like, damn, they can see.
Yeah, because your energy presents itself before you do. It's real.
Right.
It
That
is so real.
that part, your energy shows up way before you even open your mouth or
Sure.
you crack that smile or your voice changes when you're heavy, when you're in that place, in that headspace where you're like, I just don't see this coming to any good thing. I don't
Right.
see any good thing coming out of this. Everything about you changes. The way even your
Oh yeah, they
pupils become, they dilate and people are like, are you okay? Yes, I'm
dilate.
fine. As you are lying through your whole teeth, right? And faking the smile, faking the, oh, so good. And then go to the bathroom to have to take the moment to have your, your 2-minute breakdown, or get back in your car from a situation and you're like, I'm so tired of these people. It's not the people. The
No.
people didn't do anything to
Oh
you,
no, the people, yep. The type of people is you.
right? The people is you yourself and I, right? And so we got to work through these things. And I'm saying, as Steph will always say, and yes, there are moments where she said on the top when we first started that this could be annoying. And yes, because she has said, I'm always happy. And I'm like, no, not true. No, you cannot be always happy. But I do understand that because I do try to always be happy, because I do keep in my mind, if I go out into the world looking beat down and torn down and with, guess what? For
You'll
other,
get more of it.
for all the other people, I always tell people, if I go into the world, if you go out into the world acting like Schlepp Rock with your cloud, right? The people who are already having a cloud, or they trying to get rid of their cloud, they go like, shoot, push my cloud over there to her. Because guess what?
Exactly. They
She
give us so
already
much.
beat down. Let me take my stuff and dump it all over there in her dumpster. Dump it
This
over
is
there. And I know, guys, y'all may be laughing, thinking I'm joking. It's not. That energy, when someone sees that kind of energy, it's the same reverse as when somebody sees that you are this battery and you are always like charged up. People hate that. And they'll be like,
the people that are charged up too, those like those, but you want the people when you're gonna attract the same kind of people when you have that kind of energy going on you.
So the person whose battery power is on low, it's on that last leg. When you come with all your energy, they're like, ugh.
Yeah, I know they are. I know. Like you gonna say to me, "Where you and your happy ass coming?" I'm like,
yeah, you come with your.
She was the same one that said to me when she heard I was getting a divorce. Well, I always knew you weren't that you weren't really that happy. And I'm like, you think me being married or divorced has anything to do with my happiness? You know what I'm saying?
It certainly does not.
And not to mention, I mean, I wasn't where I am now as far as knowing that I'm responsible for my own happiness, but I was always able to compartmentalize, my life. So I wasn't bringing that over into this space, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, because some people that, misery really truly does love
company.
But,
and listen, it will hold you hostage.
And so does happiness, though.
And so does happiness. But being on the side of happiness is so much better than being on the side of disappointed or beaten down. Right.
And you know what else? I tell you that, and it's definitely, not necessarily for me, it's about getting older. It always has been, because I've kind of, with this thing I've dealt with my asthma and stuff like that. But since I was a child, and not really owning it like that. I missed probably all the second grade almost. I didn't, I was in the hospital that whole year almost, was very sick. But with that being said, and getting older, knowing that like to have health is everything. If you lose your health, because the reality is that people love you, your kids love you, your family love you. When you lose your health and you're no longer able to take care of yourself, that's not a pretty picture.
It's not.
I mean, I'm saying that people will take care of you. Don't get me wrong. You have your people, but it's not something that you want to really.
You don't want to have to be in that situation.
You don't want to, like every time people, I even listen to people like, oh, because when I get old, I'm gonna need somebody to change my diapers. I do not.
I don't want that.
I don't even. When they say that, I look at them like I don't
want that,
because I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking like, I watched my mother and her sisters. I have like my mother's youngest sister. She's out of the 12 of them. She's the only one left right now, and she's 94. My aunt just passed in January, and she was 98. And she cooked dinner that morning for everybody. Went to the hospital that night, never came back home.
Right.
So that that's the way I envision myself, and live by herself, took care of herself, was still driving and everything up until the end. The day before she went to the hospital, she drove somewhere. Okay. And so, and I think people get these ideas, and like I do. Everyone gets really upset with me. Like sometimes I'm like, stop saying that. You have to change the narrative. Words have power. Oh, just like you said, I don't believe that. I don't believe energy. Whatever. I'm just saying.
I believe energy because I know for myself, when you stop, it's just like, there are so many songs and so many words and things that when you stop worrying about it, when you literally, if you put it down, right? If you pray about it, you give it to God, or you leave it, right? You trust the process. And remember, the process is not always going to be pretty. It's not. And it's not always going to feel good. You're going to get some scars. You're going to get some bumps and some bruises, right? There will be some dark moments. There will be some lonely moments. But just always remember, you are never alone. You are never, ever alone. And sometimes the moments where we are alone in our un-expectations or our disappointment, those are moments, those are teachable moments for us. It's because that is where I find, for me, that's where I get discovery. That's where I find answers. That's where I find peace. That's where I find, oh, this is what you were trying to show me. Oh, this is what I was trying to get to. This is what you were trying to lead me to.
Mhm.
And so I really think that if we just realize that, yeah, it's called life for a reason. It's
Yeah.
not going to be called, it's not called life with no bumps, no pain, no disappointment. It's called
Mhm.
life, but life is meant to be lived. And the only way you could live life
Oh, yeah.
is to be here to live it. And that's waking
Exactly.
up every day with a
That's
grateful
right.
heart, with that
Exactly.
a positive attitude and a positive outlook that no matter what happens today, I'm here and I'm gonna get through it.
And knowing that you are loved, like, I study a lot with Abraham Hicks, and the one thing that she says is quite interesting is that, we're created out of love. We're all like love. Like, so and it's still something I honestly say that I'm learning. So when you look at someone and you feel a certain kind of way about them, and you like, and you just don't feel good about them. And
Mhm.
it's not them, it's you,
Right,
because your spirit is love and you're not looking at them with love.
right,
That's why you feel that way. That's why you feel bad. That's why you feel uncomfortable, you know. And I mean, let's be clear. There are some people that you could love better from a distance, you know. And there's some people like, I need a moment from you so I can continue to love you.
mhm,
That's all real stuff. Let's be clear. But you have to know when that is,
right.
that I love you, but you need to be over there and I need to be over here. And
And we
we're still
also have to be mindful though, when you encounter someone that you have this feeling about and it's not good feelings, 9 times out of 10, that person and you share something that you don't even realize that you share. And a lot of times it's pieces of yourself that you have not learned to forgive yourself for, or you don't like about yourself, and you see that in that person. And
or
so,
it's something that just or it's a desire that you see in
yes,
that person that you wish
right.
that you had
And
too.
so when we see that and we start treating people with, oh, I don't like that person. Well, what did they ever do to you? Nothing. But so why are you? I don't know. I just don't like them.
Exactly. That's amazing. Somebody walks in the room, you're like,
Yeah,
I don't like
I don't like them. Oh my, that's
them.
strong. Like what were
You
your
don't even know their
expectations
name.
of this person? What were your expectations of this person? Or better yet, did this person even have expectations of you? Probably not, because this person didn't even know you. It's the same thing of when we get mad at people or we're disappointed with
Yeah,
people. And we go around and we won't talk to people, or we're mad and we never tell a person what they did to offend us.
yeah, yeah.
Or even sometimes when we tell a person what they've done to offend us, our expectations may be that this person all of a sudden is going to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that I did that to you. And truly, mostly what you're going to get is the person goes, I don't give,
It's true. It's
I
true.
don't care. Or they're going to deny the fact that they did anything to you, which then leaves you in a situation of your expectations were not met, and now you're disappointed even more. So
Exactly.
how do you work through that? Again, don't take expectations. You got to have expectations of yourself, absolutely, because this is how you meet your goals, and this is how you meet your dreams and your visions for yourself and for your life. And yes, we do live in this world with other people. So unfortunately, we are dependent upon others because we were not created to live alone or be by ourselves. But if we just tweak what we expect from others and how we carry it when we're disappointed, it will make all the difference in your life. It will just make all the difference.
And self-care too. Because the reality is you have to take care of self, to prepare yourself to go out into the world with your great positive energy, you know. I mean, and
Mhm.
sometimes you need to fall back because you got to get yourself together, that, like sometimes like, yeah, if you get ready to hit a pit of snakes, people that just not trying to grow, don't want to grow,
Right.
and they may be family members, so you got to go to the dinner. Okay, you got to beef that up a little bit. Say, okay, I could give them 2 hours, without them totally bringing me down
Right.
to the pit with them.
Right. and set yourself up, set your expectations, because we always talk about this, especially during the holidays, right? The holidays can be some of the most depressing moments for some people when they have to go and sit with their families. And again, you heard what I just said, they have to go, but you can make the decision. Do you have to go, or do you want to go?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Do you look at it that if you're looking at it as it's a task, then maybe that's not what you need to do. And you need to find where's the blessing, where's the opportunity in being able to spend time with your family. And yes, we all get on one another's nerves. That's why it's called family, right? These are people who they know you, right? And we all should be evolving, but sometimes some of us don't. And
some people are going to get on your nerves just because they can, which
just
is not
because
nice.
they can, right?
My
But guess
family is
what?
not nice, but
But here's the thing. I think what we forget, you get on people's nerves too.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I get on people's nerves.
I know I do.
I get on people's nerves.
Energy and like, I mean, I just didn't give it to you once, but like, it's me really. Like when you start with all the diapers and the this and the this and the this, like, okay, change the words. All right, for me, I could remove myself. Yes. Because I don't, because sometimes you could handle it better than other times. And sometimes if you had your own rough day, I'm not down with all that. Like I'll remove myself. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later because I can't. But people that know me, I'm not gonna sit there and debate with you, all this kind of stuff. They be like, Stephanie's out and I'm out. Well, you know that about it. I don't have I'm not giving that type of energy, not at all. But you contrast makes you grow. And it makes you come better. You need the contrast. It can't be like sunshine all day long and there's no rain, But I can honestly tell you, I love the rain. I learned to love the rain.
Because rain is needed, and rain makes everything grow.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Do you understand that? Rain makes everything grow. Right? Flowers can't grow, trees can't grow, people can't grow without water and rain. Water is an essential in every living being, everything that's living is life. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in today. We probably will have this conversation again, because I think there's a lot to be said about expectations and the words that we use, and also how we see things that we have to do. Are you seeing it as a task in life with the statement of I have to do this, versus I see it as a blessing and I say I get the opportunity, it's a privilege, it's a joy, it's peace, it's all those things that I'm doing this. So you focus on it.
But you can tell when you do things, what the state of mind you are when you do things. I know years ago I watched this movie and the lady was a chef and she was cooking and she was so upset. And when she served the food, the people started crying because she was crying when she was cooking the food. But as you put all your emotions into everything that you do, and you can see the difference. If you cook dinner and you're pissed off at your husband, that you cook that meal all the time, his favorite meal is not going to taste the same.
No, but when you cook it with love.
Exactly. And it's just like doing things with love. It's amazing. But when I honestly tell you, bad day, not a bad day, whatever day, if the more love that you pour out is the more love that you really get
that's poured back into you.
It's true. You gotta give out love. It's not, and love out, because at the end of the day, if we didn't learn nothing from the pandemic, we all need each other. Even the 1% need the people that are not the 1%.
Absolutely. We all need each other.
We all need it. We all need each other. No man is an island. I mean, people, were lonely. People were committing suicide. People doing it because all of a sudden you had to be home alone. You didn't have that job to go to and be around people and have your social. We need to be social. Even if you don't talk to somebody, people, you can go out literally and get energy from people just by being in the. I go to Target, Whole Foods. I may not talk to anybody, but I get all that energy just from being around other people.
Right.
It's necessary. It's necessary, but you have to find a way and not let everything, take you out. Let people take you out. And you have to give yourself what you want. You want a gift for Mother's Day, get your own gift. Want a gift for your birthday? Get your own gift. Be able to take your, learn to be your own best friend and be able to spend time with yourself, because that's when you hear God. When it's silent, so you could hear God talk to you. People love talking to God, and a lot of people talk to God, but you gotta learn to listen to God too.
Right. That's
And
that's the biggest part. You
yeah,
talk, but you have to talk less and listen more
listen
when it comes
more.
to him. I just told people, so for me, that I'm using this acronym this year for my leadership academy, and it's LEAD. And LEAD, the L stands for listen and learn, the E is empower, the A is acceptance, and D is make a difference.
There we
So
go.
lead
Yes.
your life, lead in your life, listen and learn,
Exactly. Because you
empower,
definitely lead by example. You
accept,
definitely lead by example.
and make a difference. So
Mm-hmm.
we thank you guys for joining us today. We hope that you
Yeah.
all had gained some nuggets. We appreciate you all tuning in, and please share with others. We appreciate those of you who have been sharing. We love hearing your comments. We love reading your comments and how it's been impactful. I just had a young man tell me the other day, I told him to tune into our podcast, and he shared it with a friend, and it inspired the friend to start her own podcast. So there you
Oh,
go, y'all.
nice.
I'm telling you, when you put out positive energy and you bless other people, you will be amazed at how blessed your life will be. So we
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
you all. Thank you all for joining us today, and have a great weekend. Love you, honey bunny.
Love you too, honey bunny. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks.